Hello, and thank you for navigating to the IDD for Canvas support. This guide is for quiz banks and for moving quiz questions among quiz banks and copying quiz questions. What we'll want to do to access our quiz banks is first we want to go to Quizzes here in our course navigation, and then here in the upper right we're going to select the ellipses button and select Manage Question Banks. So this will take us to our existing banks. You might have noticed that in this course I didn't have any quizzes created yet, but I did import some question banks. And this is how you can kind of better arrange your question banks. One thing that we'll want to do is we'll want to look into each of these banks, and what I want to do is I'm going to probably start here in the small bank, and I'm going to start with our first demo, and I'm going to be copying this question into the big bank. So just to show you, here in the small bank we have demo 1, 3A, B, and C. In our big bank we have demo 2, and then a bunch of unnamed questions. This is something, one of the best practices that I was not following here is that it's probably a good idea to title your questions as you're creating them. Title them something unique so that it'll be easier for you to arrange them later. So let's go ahead and we'll start here in the small bank with our demo 1, and we're going to copy this into our big bank. So you'll notice here that we have a couple options here in the lower right corner of this test, the quiz question card. We have the move copy question to another bank. Later on we'll get to our other option, which is up here, the move multiple questions. But for now, we're going to go ahead and copy a question. So once we select this, we have our option of where we're moving it. And so this is an individual question. I'm going to move it to the big bank. And we notice here it has a check mark on this checkbox that says keep a copy in this question bank. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this. So we'll notice that nothing changed here. This card is still here. This is because it's copied. This might be a little confusing if you're trying to just move questions. You might find that you've accidentally copied a question, and the easy way to double check on that is to go into your other bank and see, yep, sure enough, I have a copy of this that made it over here. So next, I'm going to show you how to move your question. So demo number 2, this question will be moved into the small bank. We're going to go ahead and select this link in the lower right hand corner like before. But this time, so we're going to select the small bank, and we're going to uncheck this box. So this is not going to keep a copy, this is just going to move it from one bank to the other. So we should see it disappear, and there we go. So big bank is left with just demo 1. And if we go back here, our small bank should now have demo 2 and 1, 2, and 3. And that's because we had copied this one earlier. Our last step, let's move some multiple ones. So we have 3A, 3B, and 3C. So these are all going to be moved together. And we're going to do this up here in the right-hand bar. And so we're going to do move multiple questions. So here we get to select them using the little checkboxes next to each item. I'm going to do 3A, 3B, I'm going to scroll down to 3C. And I'm going to select the big bank. We should see these disappear. And there we go. So they were moved out of the small bank. And let's double check to make sure it made it into the big bank. Yep. So here they are. That's how you copy, move, and move multiple question items across quiz banks. So thank you once again for navigating here.